Hello, this is Dr. Cole Woolley, and this lesson is called Skin Sensitivity. Skin sensitivity starts with the definition of what is the skin. The skin is a barrier to our environment. It protects us. It helps us. It's a barrier that can be breached by some components, but not all. So the skin is made up of hair follicles, hair, sweat pores, sweat glands, blood vessels, nerve endings, and fatty tissues. Now, the skin protects us from our environment. So we have an immune response associated with our skin. For instance, when our skin comes in contact with poison oak or poison ivy, then we'll have a skin reaction to that. Most of us have had this type of reaction. If we've touched a plant and we've had a rash associated with touching that plant, it means our immune system has been hyperactive and says you are sensitive to the component, in this case the essential oil that's on the plant. So we also know that there are a list of hot oils. These hot oils are a definition of oils that almost all of us have a sensitivity to if we don't dilute them. Cinnamon bark, oregano, thyme, clove, cinnamon leaf, ginger, black pepper, and cassia. If we dilute them, we're okay. Either dilute them with a carrier oil or dilute them with like a citrus oil. But they're hot, meaning that if you put them on your skin directly, they will cause most people to have irritated skin or a skin sensitivity. Well, there are some people in the world who are sensitive to other essential oils. And we, as an essential oil community, need to be aware of and sensitive to the fact that some people have these skin sensitivities. So they might be just a redness, or they might have pustules. Sometimes it's very ugly. So beware if you're applying essential oils onto somebody else, if redness, itching, or pustules form, that they have a skin sensitivity to one or more of the oils placed on their skin. And they need to be able to identify which oil it was that caused the skin sensitivity so they don't use it again. Now, the best thing to do if there's a redness or a rash or pustules that form, or if it itches, is just stop using it. Write down the name of the one or more oils that have been used and don't use them. The only way to identify which one it is to do a patch test, which we'll talk about in the future. But when this redness or rash or pustules occur, the best thing to do is let the body heal the wound. It might take up to 2 weeks. Don't use essential oils. Don't add essential oils to it. Just let the body heal. Don't scratch it. Don't rub it. If anything, you can press on it, but if it's pustules, don't try to break the pustules. Let the body heal itself. Now, skin sensitivity statistics are not well understood, but in general, I have found that in the population that uses essential oils, 10 to 15% have a sensitivity to more than just the hot oils. They could be oils like lavender or frankincense. For instance, I'm sensitive to frankincense on my skin. For me, that is a hot oil. So besides cinnamon and the other hot oils, I have one more hot oil, and that's frankincense on my skin. So others have about 10 to 15% of the people out there have a sensitivity like mine to another essential oil. And the best thing to do is just stay away from this single essential oil or blends that contain this essential oil in order to be able to have healthy skin and a healthy body. Now, this sensitivity is inherited. It's in the genes. It's in the immune response. So don't try to ignore it. It might be that your parents had this sensitivity or your kids have this sensitivity. It is a lifelong skin sensitivity. There's nothing you can really do about it. So, skin sensitivity is not a toxic release. It's not a skin cleanse. So if you are told that, just ignore it. It's commonly people say, oh, you're cleansing. Oh, just keep adding more. That's bad advice. The best advice is to stop using the oil or any of the oils that you just used that cause the redness or the pustules. Let it heal and then perform a patch test, which we'll talk about later. So this inherited skin sensitivity is caused because we are the product of our parents and grandparents, etc. So we inherited genes, we inherited immunity, we inherited proteins. All these are a histamine response to one of the components or more of the components in the essential oil to our skin. This skin patch test can be best described as taking the oil that you want and mixing it with carrier oil in your hand, and then taking just a small part. I use my ring finger. Take a small part of that and dab it on the forearm, just in one spot. That'll be your patch test. Then simply watch and see how your skin behaves to this drop of oil on your forearm. Watch it for an hour. Watch it for 24 hours. If there is irritation in the first hour, simply take fresh carrier oil and wipe that area to get rid of the essential oil. Then wash it with soap and water. And my advice to you is do not use this essential oil because to you it represents a hot oil. Don't use it singly, and blends that contain this essential oil, I recommend that you don't use it because you will be asking for problems. Your immune system will recognize this oil, whether it's diluted in a blend or whether it's diluted in carrier oil, and you will probably be sensitive to it for the rest of your life. There's no cause for alarm because there's many oils that you can use. Just find the ones that you have a skin sensitivity to. Now, I would like you to practice this patch test. Let's use an oil that for probably 99.9% of the people, it's very safe. So I recommend you use lavender oil. Just put a drop on your forehand. You can dilute it if you want to in carrier oil. And then watch that little patch for an hour. Most likely there will be no redness, and that'll tell you that this is a safe oil for you to use. You can repeat this process for a number of different oils. If you happen to find one in the patch test where there's redness, make sure you know which oil this is, and I highly recommend you don't use this oil. It represents a hot oil for your skin. And remember, other people might have this same sensitivity or might have a different skin sensitivity. Be sensitive to their needs. So this lesson has been all about skin sensitivity, how there are hot oils that we're told about that we should be careful not to apply directly to the skin without diluting them with carrier oil. That some people are very sensitive to them, like maybe cinnamon bark or clove or oregano or thyme. Well, there are other oils that you might also be sensitive to when you put them on your skin. I told you that I was sensitive to frankincense essential oil. I've learned this by experience, and so I don't put frankincense oil on my skin. There's plenty of oils that I use on my skin and diffuse in the air, and they're very pleasant to me, and I use them because I love essential oils. But you might find that you are sensitive to an oil that most people are not, and you just have to live with it. I don't think that any amount of detoxifying will help you. It might, but I would highly recommend that you watch and see, are your children also, do they have a sensitivity to the same essential oil? Like my two of my children have a skin sensitivity to frankincense, and some of my grandchildren do. So watch and be aware of these skin sensitivities. They're not a huge cause of alarm. There's no reason to just throw away all the essential oils that you have. Essential oils, there are so many, there are so many health benefits associated with essential oils that you should enjoy them every day. It's just a drop or two for a better you.